This is the NBC 6 News at 5.
An unexpected turn of events in the case of a missing British girl. The mother of 4-year-old Madeline McCann has been formally named a suspect in the disappearance of her daughter.
And now there is word that her father will be named next. It is our top story at 5. Patricia Andrea was live in satellite control with the very latest on this. Patricia.
Well, good afternoon. We keep getting developments in this case. What we're learning now is that the girl's mother, Kate, has apparently been offered a deal by Portuguese authorities. They've reportedly suggested that if she confessed to accidentally killing her daughter, Kate would face only 2 years in prison. Right now, we don't know if this is a ploy or if investigators have enough evidence. It's been 4.5 months since 4-year-old Madeline McCann disappeared in Portugal. Since then, her anguished parents have worked to keep her picture in the press, celebrities helping them raise over $2 million to aid in the case. But in a shocking twist, Portuguese investigators have now named Maddie's mother, Kate, a suspect, questioning her for hours.
I'm just horrified. Anyone could even think that my daughter would do such a thing. I know she hasn't done anything to harm Madeline. Jerry the same. It's just devastating to think people would even think this.
New forensic evidence was reportedly obtained from the room where Maddie was last seen and from a car her parents rented almost a month after she disappeared. Maddie's father, Jerry, has also been questioned intensely. The McCanns have maintained their innocence from the start. Both are doctors who are said to be devout Catholics and devoted parents who blamed themselves for leaving Maddie and her 2-year-old twin siblings alone that night. A family spokesperson reiterated their plea.
I want to appeal again to the person or people who took her or know who took her to do the right thing. It's not too late. Please let her go or call the police.
And as far as we know, the girl's father, Jerry, has not been named a suspect at this point. We, of course, will continue to monitor developments and bring you the latest. Live in satellite control, Patricia Andreu, NBC 6.
Patricia, thank you. We have our eye on some activity in the Atlantic at this hour. In fact, there is a possibility that a disturbance could become a depression.
Chief Meteorologist Paul Diano is here now with a first look at the tropics at 5. Paul?
Well, Julie and Tony, when we have something that could possibly become tropical, we sit there in the weather office about 4:40, have all the graphics ready, and we wait. We wait for the advisory to be issued, because we'll get one just before 5 o'clock. Well, we waited from 4:40 until 5 o'clock, and the advisory has not come in. They always are at least 2 or 3 minutes early. So, folks, this area of low pressure in the Atlantic has yet and has not become tropical. Upper level winds have relaxed, and that has done a couple things to the system. We'll zoom on in tighter and show you what's happening. The most major change is that we have thunderstorms on the western side, and we have thunderstorms on the eastern side of the system. So you have thunderstorms on both sides of the storm, which mean the area is becoming better organized. Yesterday it looked horrible. Today, much better organized, and also getting closer to the Carolina coastline. Thunderstorms only about 150 miles offshore. Despite all of that, the hurricane hunters are out there right now, and simply they are not finding winds that are strong enough yet for tropical storm formation. It may change in a matter of just minutes or hours. We make it a special statement, but as of 5 o'clock, it is just a rainmaker as of right now. The steering flow is of concern because whatever this is, even if it's just rain and a little bit of wind, it will be heading toward the Carolinas and will begin to affect the Carolinas as soon as tomorrow. And as for our impact here in South Florida, the east winds wrapping around this low are making it all the way down here, which means a high risk of rip currents today and into tomorrow. With some sunshine for tomorrow, that will be a risk of rip currents for a lot of beachgoers who will enjoy a Saturday out on the water. I will have your 6-day forecast coming up in a few minutes with more on this, and if it becomes tropical, we will let you know immediately right here on NBC 6.
Paul, thank you. The White House is now confirming that U.S. intelligence has a copy of an apparently new Osama bin Laden video. Now, the new tape set to be released on the internet near the anniversary of 9/11. Steve Handelsman is live in Washington with more on the message. Steve?
Hi, Tony. Thanks. The latest is the tape is out, at least in part. And it allays some fears here in Washington. Some had feared that it would announce or at least threaten some kind of a new attack. It does not. Instead, it's a typical Osama bin Laden rant. But his appearance is remarkable. On the first video by Osama bin Laden in 3 years, he sports a shorter, darker beard. He looked a lot older in his last video back in 2004. Arab men generally don't dye their beards. Gray is seen as prestigious. But bin Laden is cultivating a worldwide movement of mostly young people. like the terror suspects arrested this week in Germany. And the 50-year-old al-Qaeda leader is apparently vain enough to fake his age.
He is just trying to look young and vibrant with this new touch of black, beard thing, as opposed to the scraggly, white-haired terrorist has-been that he is.
Has been, maybe, but still in the fight.
The biggest question is he still alive? And if this, in fact, is new footage, then that will confirm it.
On the tape, bin Laden talks about the war in Iraq, and he wonders why. Since the Democrats control Congress, they can't force a U.S. pullout. He advises young Muslim men to carry out suicide bombings against the West. But days before the 9/11 anniversary, bin Laden makes no specific threats in what U.S. officials see as a propaganda video.
No question, it's a morale builder for al-Qaeda to put tapes out. It makes the troops feel good about what they're doing, and the troops being the enemy troops. It's a way of playing with our heads, which of course is a lot of what terrorism is about.
Tonight, the video is being technically analyzed by U.S. experts. Job one is to look for clues that might point to the whereabouts of Osama bin Laden so that his next video might be shot by American soldiers. Live from Washington, I'm Steve Handelsman, NBC 6.
New details about the fate of Manuel Noriega. His attorneys in Miami say they'll ask a federal appeals court to halt his extradition to France now that a judge has ruled against him for a second time. A federal judge rejected the former Panamanian dictator's argument he should not be extradited because of questions about whether France will honor his status as a prisoner of war. So what exactly were the circumstances surrounding a 4-year-old girl coming here to the States with her mother, leaving her father behind in Cuba?
Well, the judge in this international custody battle is now trying to sort out all the details. For more, let's go live to Hank Tester in Miami. Hank?
Latest today is the father, for the second day in a row, had his life laid out in open court. And by mid-afternoon, he got emotional. Here's the story.
No quiero nadie saber cómo uno se encuentra detrás de un teléfono ahí.
You know, you don't want to know how you feel when you are behind a phone trying.
A la hija de uno cuando más necesita uno es.
On the other end of the line, you know when your daughter needs you the most.
Just one moment, please.
The state of Florida came down hard on Rafael Izquierdo. The state wants Izquierdo's 4-year-old daughter to stay and be adopted by a Coral Gables couple. The state says Rafael is unfit to take the little girl back to Cuba.
Did you understand
Usted entendió
that this document
que este documento
gave consent
daba el consentimiento
for Elena
para que Elena
to take Elizabeth to the United States
pudiera llevar a Elizabeth a los Estados Unidos
with your permission?
con el permiso de usted?
Sí.
Yes.
Though his love life is complex, Izquierdo insisted that he was a caring father, paid for care for the little girl, provided food, even though he gave up the little girl so she could come to the U.S. with her mother.
How many times a month, on average, did you visit Elizabeth during her life?
Casi todos los días.
Almost on a daily basis.
Almost every day.
Casi todos los días.
Casi todos los días.
Almost every day.
Elena Perez, Rafael's lover, lost the little girl when the state removed her after Elena attempted to commit suicide. But did the father try and keep in touch with the little girl?
You never sent a photograph
Usted nunca mandó alguna fotografía
to Elizabeth.
para Elizabeth.
Not one.
Ni una.
¿Verdad?
True.
Well, there are some things that may come out that may not be totally favorable one way or another, but basically I think they proved our case through their cross-examination. I mean, they established that Rafael saw his daughter every day. They established that Rafael provided sustenance for his family every day.
Now, Back Live Father will be back on the stand starting Monday morning. Now, tonight at 6 o'clock, you'll hear the state of Florida call Rafael Izquierdo a liar. That coming up tonight at 6. Reporting live, Hank Tester, NBC 6, back to you.
Hank, thank you. BSO detectives say a man accused of shooting a Hurricane Wilma relief worker has been captured in Mississippi. In November 2005, Brian Buzagard and 4 others traveled to South Florida to assist with recovery efforts. Well, police say Buzagard's boss, Jonathan Hurl, shot him after a night of drinking in Lauderdale Lakes. Hurl has since been on the run.
2 remarkable rescues of people who had been missing in rugged areas in the western U.S. are giving hope to the family and friends who are searching for famed aviator Steve Fawcett. Leanne Gregg joined us now live from Minden, Nevada with the very latest on that search. Leanne?
Hi, Julie. More than 25 aircraft from 3 different states, along with 230 searchers on the ground, are looking for Fawcett, but still they have no clue about how he vanished.
The search area for famed aviator Steve Fawcett now includes 17,000 miles of Nevada and California. Air and ground crews have been looking for Fawcett since he was last seen Monday taking off from this ranch owned by hotel magnate Barron Hilton. For Fawcett's family, the wait is difficult.
The family is subdued, and they're having a tough time with this. We're into numerous days, and as you know, Mr. Fawcett's an accomplished pilot, and no one knows what happened or where he is.
But news of other rescues Thursday is helping energize the search for Fawcett even more. A Colorado couple missing since Monday north of the Rocky Mountain National Park celebrated after a rescue plane found them. They'd taken a wrong turn on a trail.
And there's nothing there to tell you to cross the river.
We never saw a sign.
And in what's described as nothing short of a miracle, 76-year-old Doris Anderson, who had been missing for 2 weeks in the eastern Oregon mountains, was found Thursday, a week after the search had been called off.
I'd given up hope that she could have lived the first 3 days, but my wife always said, no, she's alive.
Anderson had been with her husband bow hunting when they got separated.
She's alert. She's okay.
Despite a hip injury, a happy ending that provides hope for those looking for Fawcett.
Look at this, a 76-year-old woman who can last for a week out in the wilderness. She probably wasn't as much of a survival expert as Mr. Fawcett is, so it gives us a huge boost.
A boost for this massive search that may come down to what the legendary adventurer has had a lot of, luck.
Rescuers said they still consider this early in the search. It could take 2 weeks, even longer. From Minden, Nevada, I'm Leanne Gregg, NBC6.
Leanne, thank you. A government investigation has found that TSA's program for keeping explosives out of airplane cargo holds is leaving passenger planes vulnerable to attack. Now, the report from the Homeland Security Inspector General says the policy has vague regulations for screening cargo, too few cargo inspectors, and an ineffective database to track violations. Now, the TSA does say it has made improvements since the report's findings were released in May. Passenger planes carry 7,500 tons of cargo each and every day. All jet fighters and bombers at Langley Air Force Base in Virginia will be grounded next week for a safety review. The Air Combat Command made the order following an incident last month when a B-52 bomber was mistakenly armed with 6 nuclear warheads. The aircraft then flew from North Dakota to Louisiana.
People are lining up today to pay their last respects to opera star Luciano Pavarotti. Pavarotti died yesterday at the age of 71 after a battle with cancer. So far, more than 10,000 people have lined up at the cathedral in his hometown of Modena, Italy, to view the singer's body. The funeral will take place tomorrow. Dignitaries and stars from all over the world are expected to attend. He will be buried in his family tomb near Modena. The former prosecutor who went after the Duke lacrosse players on rape charges headed to jail himself this morning. Surrounded by supporters, Mike Nifong walked into the Durham County Jail to begin a 24-hour sentence. Nifong was found in contempt of court for lying about DNA results surrounding the defunct Duke rape case. He has since lost his law license.
Presidential candidate Fred Thompson says he's a Republican who has never strayed from his conservative beliefs, a jab meant to highlight differences with chief rivals Rudy Giuliani and Mitt Romney. Thompson made the comments while campaigning in Iowa, his second day there after declaring his candidacy to Jay Leno on Wednesday night. The Republican has been touting his conservative record, saying he will stick to his beliefs when the strong winds blow.
I am the same common sense conservative I was the first day I went out on a campaign in 1994 for the Senate of the United States.
Campaigning in Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina through Monday. Oprah Winfrey steps up her support for Democrat Barack Obama. She will hold a major fundraiser for Obama tomorrow at her estate in Santa Barbara, California. About 1,500 people are expected to shell out $2,300 for a ticket. That is the maximum individual donation allowed to a candidate's primary or general election campaign fund. Organizers are hoping to raise as much as $3 million for Obama's presidential bid. And for a look at all the presidential hopefuls, be sure to check out NBC6.net. We have a special section called Politalk, the online town hall where you can talk about politics in your own words and your own way. Well, exit stage left, Maybe not, after thanking Australian Prime Minister John Howard for being a fine host at the OPEC summit instead of the APEC summit. President Bush then mistakenly referred to the Australian troops as Austrian troops, and then, as the president turned to his left trying to exit the stage, the Prime Minister, as you can see there, guided the president toward the center of the stage to finally make his exit.
Now, New Jersey's Mega Million lottery winners came forward today. John and Sandra Bolowski had one of the 4 winning tickets from last week's $330 million jackpot.
And he pointed to that 48 million and said, "That's me." I just says, no way.
The retired couple plans to use their $48.6 million. Did you get that? $48.6 million prize to help out family. Wow, congratulations to them. That's great.
Good for them, huh?
That is.
Well, you know, we've hit the jackpot because Paul's here with a weekend forecast that I think we're going to like. I guess there could be some rain tomorrow. Is that in the forecast?
We're looking at Sunday. The better chance of rain's coming up on Sunday. And I hope that family up in New Jersey doesn't forget about Cousin Paul down here. They want to help out family.
All of a sudden, you're
Cousin Paul. Come on.
Cousin
And Cousin
Brucey.
Tina, Rita, Uncle Tony, and, all the family down here at NBC 6. We've got a beautiful day outside right now. We got some rain for the Keys, but up here in Miami-Dade and Broward, things are looking good. So, yes, we won the jackpot weather-wise. We'll be pretty good tomorrow, but a rain chance begins to increase significantly by Sunday. Let's check Live Weather Plus Doppler down in the Keys. You've seen the most of the rain because we have some dry air that's made it down the peninsula, but not down to where you are. You're right at the base of a trough, and you're very close to that trough. And Isla Mirada, you're about to get whacked with some very heavy rain moving slowly. A good 20 or 30-minute soaker there. Down toward Marathon, more thunderstorms are heading your way as well. So Isla Mirada and south, wet this evening. Let's talk about the tropics because we have an area of low pressure. Now, we didn't get a 5 o'clock advisory, so as of this very second, it's not tropical. Typically, the hurricane hunters are finished their missions by 5 o'clock, so we know definitively that something is or is not tropical by what they do or do not find. Today, the hurricane hunters are still out there gathering information. So literally at any minute, we got the computer ready to fire up back there. We may get enough information from the hurricane hunters to send to Miami, the National Hurricane Center, to send to us, for us to send to you that it is tropical. So we'll keep you updated because it could change at any minute. But right now, that area of low pressure is not tropical as it heads toward the Carolinas. Today's high, 91 degrees. The car's not really going that fast. It's time lapse. Record high 93. Normal high is 90. Your forecast for this evening, not going to be that bad, but with our northeast wind, we don't get afternoon rain, we get evening and overnight rain. So by 84 degrees at 11 o'clock tonight, we'll see a couple showers coming in, much like we had last night. It's 89 currently in Miami, 89 for Fort Lauderdale. Pembroke Pines, 89, 90 in Kendall, 90 for Marathon, 87 currently in Key West. The temperature's right around where they should be for this time of year. Our visible satellite shows you all that moisture down by the Keys. A lot of moisture in the eastern Gulf. We got to keep an eye on that as well. That's an old frontal boundary that's moving toward Texas. Possible tropical development over the next several days there. But our weather is all coming in from the northeast, and that shoves that west coast sea breeze, the east coast sea breeze, over to the west and gives us beautiful afternoon weather. Watching that area of low pressure out off the Carolina coastline, but with that counterclockwise flow, it's dragging down some very stable air. It's still humid outside, but above 5,000 feet, very dry, and that limits thunderstorms. So that's why we're seeing beautiful crystal clear skies outside right now. That'll continue for one more day. The moisture stays to the south. We'll be on the dry side of that area of low pressure. Whether it becomes tropical or not doesn't matter. We'll still be on the dry side. By Sunday, that moisture that's down by the Keys, that will return. And with light steering winds, we could see some rain heavy at times on Sunday. So a big difference between Saturday and Sunday. Better day to get out and golf? Definitely tomorrow. Better day to finish up that book you've been wanting to read, stay inside because it's wet outside. That will be Sunday, and a high rip current risk at the beach does continue tomorrow as well. Some overnight showers with that northeast wind, low 79. Weather plus 6-day forecast. Here we go. Notice we go from 30% chance of rain Saturday to a 50% coverage of storms on Sunday, and a good chance of thunderstorms Monday as well.
The people displaced in an apartment explosion are demanding answers and a place to stay. Plus, a bank robber makes his move but didn't count on one customer being a police officer. A system designed to save children from being left in hot cars, so why isn't anyone using it? Plus, Airwear, the outfit that almost got one woman booted off a plane. That and more when the NBC 6 News at 5 continues.
Just moving an entire talk show by myself.
The 4-time Emmy-winning Best Talk Show in Daytime has a new time.
I want to make it convenient for everybody.
This fall, Ellen is moving to an all-new time. Weekdays at 5, starting September 10th.
Experience the event,
Feel the excitement. Celebrate Disney's High School Musical, The Ice Tour. A cast of world-class skaters is set to soar in the ultimate mega mix of music and dance from Disney's High School Musical and High School Musical 2. Feld Entertainment and Kenny Ortega presents High School Musical, The Ice Tour.
Playing Bank Atlantic Center and American Airlines Arena. Get your tickets today.
Are you trying to kill me? No wonder my cholesterol shot up to 250. That's a heart attack on a plane.
These days, everybody's health conscious.
My LDLs are through the roof. Would you feed this to your kids?
They're ready for a Boar's Head Golden Classic Chicken Sandwich. With nothing artificial, no fillers, no gluten, and 0 grams of trans fat per serving, a healthy lunch is in the bag. Boar's Head Golden Classic Chicken. Brown bagging is back.
It's one of the biggest sales events of the year, and it was so good, we held it over. The Carl's Patio Labor Day Sale. Shop Carl's Patio for fabulous designer outdoor fashions and enjoy free financing till 2010. And Carl's Patio has all the best brands. You'll save on stylish dinettes, exquisite teak, and outdoor wicker with flair, plus free financing till 2010. Shop the Carl's Patio huge Labor Day Sale. It ends on Sunday. Don't miss it.
Welcome to Lowe's. May I help you?
Yes, we have this kitchen. We'd love to have this kitchen.
Let me show you some options.
Hey, let's get started.
Have you thought about under cabinet lighting?
At Lowe's, our kitchen specialists can help you build the kitchen you've always dreamed of. We'll walk you through every step, even installation, with your budget in mind. When you come to Lowe's, you'll find more than a salesperson. You'll find a partner. Lowe's. Let's build something together.
Use your Lowe's consumer card and pay nothing for 12 months on kitchen countertop and cabinet purchases of $299 or more.
It's the Chevy Model Year-End event, and we've just extended the best offer ever on the all-new Silverado Crew Cab. 0% APR for 60 months on Silverado half-ton crew cabs for well-qualified buyers. Just click and go to Chevy.com to find the one you want, then get to your Chevy dealer. That's right, we've just extended 0% APR for 60 months on Silverado Crew Cab. Click on Chevy.com, then see your Southern Chevy dealer.
A special exhibit brings 61 special quilts to South Florida.
That's right, each one with a different color, a different pattern, and a different story. Roxanne Vargas has more.
The ladies of G's Bend, Alabama make their debut at the Fort Lauderdale Art Museum, but it's not their singing that's drawing attention, it's their talent.
This is a real small town. We don't have things like no grocery store, nothing. We don't have no school. Everything, once it was deserted, but when the quilt was discovered, it's kind of like it's rising back up.
The inspiration behind these quilts? Warmth and beauty. Old clothes, corduroy, and denim are shredded and then tenderly mended together with the help of family or neighbors.
Anything I can get, I use that, and I still use that. Some people send me, I had a pouch full of some old kind of thing where people send that. I couldn't use it. I made a quilt out of one.
Some of these quilts date back to the 1940s. The unique stitching and patterns helped give a voice to the women of G's Bend. They worked during the civil rights movement under the Freedom Quilting Bee. Many only dreamed of seeing cities outside the Bend, but today, these remarkable seniors travel the country sharing the amazing stories behind their masterpieces.
They say, I see my quilts here hanging up in the museum. I said, oh God. And when those quilts once was under my bed, up under my mattress, now I can see my quilt hanging on the museum wall. It makes me feel special. Mm-hmm.
There is new legal activity surrounding that deadly parasailing accident coming up all new at 6. Records reveal a disturbing detail about the captain of the boat that fateful day. And ahead here at 5, more than 1 week after an explosion at a South Florida apartment complex, now it's the residents that are all fired up. And an air show maneuver ends with a hole in the ground. And if you're going to rob a store, you might want to look behind you. That's just one of the dumb criminal stories we have coming your way when the NBC 6 News at 5 continues.
I'm Jeff Katz.
33 years ago, I founded Dolphin Carpet and Tile. Our founding philosophy is still the same. We sell all types of flooring for less than anyone. We stand behind our products, and we appreciate your business. Come and see us at Dolphin Carpet and Tile.
Do hefty men need hefty bags? Or can their biceps make up for a bargain bag? With their rugged brick wall construction, hefty Ultraflex bags are 20% thicker and hold up to 60 pounds. Can a bargain bag do that? So why settle for when you can have hefty? The amazing strength of hefty Ultraflex bags hold up to 60 pounds. They won't wimp out.
One day you find it's not business as usual. Your hair is gray, and you wonder, will people still see me as a valuable player? Is my career going down? How do you stop that?
Just for Men stops gray from hiding who you are. Easy, with 5-minute Target Gray technology.
Now doors are opening, and you wonder, why did I ever put up with gray hair?
Let the real you come through. Stay in the game with Just for Men.
Just in time for the 4th of July, Millionaire Raffle is back with a bang. With more chances to win, it's better than ever. This time, 12 lucky players will win $1 million with the best odds ever to do so. That's more millionaires plus more cash prizes from $10,000 to $100,000 and a chance to celebrate some new independence. Don't wait. Tickets are limited. When they're gone, they're gone. New Firecracker Millionaire Raffle from the Florida Lottery. So much more money, so little time.
There's an easier way to get where you're going in life, even if it's taking you in a whole new direction. Regions. It's time to expect more. There's an easier way to get where you're going in life, even if you're starting your second one. Regions. It's time to expect more.
Help you?
Yeah, can I get an extra large jelly belly with a punch?
Regular or jumbo punch?
Jumbo.
And I'll have the saddlebags and some cottage cheese thighs.
Extra flabby?
Sure.
Instead of greasy fast food, try the new Subway Fresh Fit Meal that fits the American Heart Association's approach to a healthy lifestyle. Now with more tasty choices like new hearty wheat bread and low-fat yogurt. Subway. Eat fresh.
I'm Jeff Katz. For 33 years, Dolphin Carpet and Tile has been installing floor covering quicker and better than anyone. If you need new flooring, come to Dolphin Carpet and Tile. Our pros will install it for you. I'm way too old for that.
Closed captioning on NBC6 is brought to you by City Furniture, offering same-day delivery 7 days a week.
It was an explosion that left dozens of families homeless.
A week later, many residents still don't have a place to go. Today, residents showed up at Miami City Hall asking for answers, and our Steve Litz was there.
It was a lively morning here at Miami City Hall. About a dozen activists made their way up into the mayor's office and they raised their voices. They represent people who are displaced by a huge fire. Those people complain the government is not doing enough to help, but Miami's mayor says the city is.
What do we want? Housing!
It was kind of loud inside Miami Mayor Manny Diaz's office on Friday morning.
No justice!
Members of activist group Power U joined residents of the Town Park Village apartments in asking the mayor to come out and talk about housing for the Town Park residents. Well, he didn't, and Power U's Bernadette Armand is pretty upset about it.
We have delivered our message to the representatives. Of course, they will not come out and face the people. They will be coming back to the neighborhood this afternoon. We will face them then. They can run, but they cannot hide.
Town Park apartments went up in flames last Thursday. Investigators say a gas leak caused a huge explosion. 2 buildings are completely destroyed, and Yvonne Wilcox lived in one of them.
Only thing we asking, let us know where we got to go and put it in writing. If we got to go back in Town Park, let it be safe.
About 25 families are displaced because of the explosion, and on Wednesday night, residents held an informational meeting at a church near the apartment complex. Invited city and county officials did not show up.
What do we want?
That's in part what sparked Friday's protest. About 30 minutes after the protesters left his office, the mayor did talk about the issue with me, and he insists the city is helping the residents of the Town Park apartments.
we're doing all kinds of things. We haven't stopped working since the day of the explosion. And if these folks want to help us raise money, if these folks want to help us be on the site and help the families, and I certainly welcome it.
So the people of Town Park Apartments want something in writing assuring them that their future is going to be okay. It's important to note that Town Park Apartments is a HUD property that falls under the county government, and the activists did tell me they are contacting county officials, but they also said at the very start of this, they said the mayor offered to help, and that's why they're venting their frustrations to the mayor. We're outside City Hall today. I'm Steve Litz, NBC6.
A high school student in St. Augustine has been suspended for 10 days after a syringe scare. Now, school officials said that the student told them that she stuck at least 9 students with the same needle. One 9th grader said that he was stuck at least twice last Friday night while he was at the school's football game.
They tried to get me, and I was like, no way, you're not getting me. So I went to go watch the game for a second, and she got me on the arm.
Well, school officials said that they believe the incident was a prank and not a malicious nature. No criminal charges have been filed.
And now, your NBC6 Weather Plus Tropical Update.
And good evening to you. Live outside, we are looking at a picture of Key West, where we have mostly cloudy skies. The Keys, you have the worst weather right now anywhere in South Florida. Not because of the rainfall in Key West, but because you're at the base or the bottom of a trough. So all the dry air that's filtered through Broward and Miami-Dade hasn't made it to you yet. So you carry the best risk of rainfall this evening. And you had plenty yesterday with those thunderstorms on the mainland moving out over to the lower Keys, and you run the risk one more time. Isla Mirada, you're watching us from there right now. Good evening to you, and it's a stormy evening. Live Weather Plus Doppler picking up some heavy rain smack dab over top of Isla Mirada. The heaviest stuff now moving off to the west. But along the overseas highway from, let's say, mile marker about 90 to about 70. If my calculations are correct, it's going to be a slow drive in and around the Isla Mirada area due to one thunderstorm passing right over top of you as of this very second. Now, where are we with hurricane season compared to years past and compared to normal? Actually, not that far away. It's been pretty active. We've had 2 Cat 5s over the past couple weeks, 2 landfalling Category 5, so that's never good. But so far, 6 named storms, 2 hurricanes, and both of them were major. Last year, which was a very wimpy hurricane season, we still had 6 named storms through the first week of September, but only 1 hurricane, and it wasn't major. So there's the difference, is that they're stronger this year, the storms. Just as many, but they're stronger this year. And the average is 5, 2, and 1. So really not that much above normal and not that much above last year. But are we looking at the 7th named storm out there right now? It's an area of low pressure. National Hurricane Center has kept its eye on for the past several days. It's been spinning out there. It's an old frontal boundary, but upper level winds were very strong and pushing all of the thunderstorms over to the east side. So it was asymmetric or not symmetric of a storm. Well, look at what's happened today as the upper level winds have relaxed. We have storms on the east side of the low, but we now also have storms on the western side of the low. That is indicative of strengthening. It's not tropical yet. The hurricane hunters are out there right now searching for tropical depression or tropical storm force winds. They're also looking for a closed area of low pressure. They're finding neither right now. That said, it's better organized than yesterday, moving over somewhat warmer waters, and the wind shear is low. So there's the possibility this may strengthen to a tropical depression or a tropical storm at any time. And here's the key. It's not moving away from land. It is moving toward land. We have the steering flow carrying it from east to west. So whether it becomes tropical or not, we're going to see some thunderstorms and rough surf in the Outer Banks of North Carolina within the next 12 or 24 hours. And if it becomes tropical, we'll probably go right from nothing to a tropical storm warning, because we're not going to have that much time between it acquiring characteristics and then becoming a tropical storm warning and a threat to the East Coast. Old frontal boundary, eastern half of the Gulf of Mexico. We'll keep our eye on that. Nothing developing right now, but it's the Gulf of Mexico. It's September. Something could develop over the next couple of days. That's the latest in the tropics. A rip current risk is very high tomorrow because of the east wind at 10 knots. Seas running 3 to 5 feet. It's not the greatest day out there, but it will be better than Sunday because we'll have fewer thunderstorms if you're going boating tomorrow. 30% chance of rain tomorrow, mainly morning showers, afternoon sunshine. So nice for your Saturday. Big difference on Sunday. Moisture comes back, rain chance come back, 50% chance of rain on Sunday. Julia.
Well, thank you. Well, as we head into the weekend, is the threat of rip currents turning into a reality along our coastline? We hit the beaches to find out. That's where we find Tisha Lewis. She's live in Pompano Beach this afternoon. Tisha?
Good evening, Julia. Well, we are steps away from Pompano Beach, where the ocean may seem exciting, but this picture-perfect Friday could be dangerous, if not deadly, if warnings are not followed. Weather gurus telling us that high east wind means high-risk rip currents for beachgoers. Folks soaking in the sun, watching the waves and roaring currents from afar. Now, the currents can pull anything and everything from seaweed to swimmers.
No way, I wouldn't try it. It would knock me down. We went for a walk and one of the waves hit me and almost took, my feet underneath me, so no way.
Just going in over here into feet deep water, it pulled me in that direction, and it was bad. I didn't go swimming. I'm just enjoying it out here now.
Now, if you find yourself in a rip current, here's the best way to survive. Some advice: never fight it. Swim parallel to the shore and to safety. Now, if you are going to take to the waters, it's best that you swim by the lifeguard post. And if you don't know how to swim, or if you're not a good swimmer, simply stay out. That is the very latest from Pompano Beach. Tisha Lewis, NBC 6.
Tisha, thank you. Authorities say the Ohio mother who left her 2-year-old in a hot car all day will not be charged. The child died.
But prosecutors say there's nothing they can do to punish this mother worse than the agony that she's already dealing with. Now, it's hard to believe that some would actually forgive their child in a hot car, but it happens a lot. Since 1996, at least 340 children have died this way. As Tracy Potts reveals, there is something scientists can do, and they are doing, to prevent such deaths.
Good mothers. Brenda Slaby won't face a judge, but police videotape shows she's facing her own brutal punishment. She's not the only parent who's left a child in a hot car. It happens on average to 33 children every year.
As parents, we are completely out of line if our priorities get so messed up that we don't even know where our kids are.
Some safety advocates say automakers should help busy parents avoid these deadly mistakes.
There's been so much finger pointing and so many people, just talking about should this person be charged or not charged and what should the penalty be? Why don't we focus on preventing this from happening to another family and to another child?
There's already one warning device on the market. Another's due out next month. General Motors, showing here how quickly a car can heat up, developed its system 6 years ago, but says it's not yet ready for use. NASA created this remote warning, forget the baby, and seconds later, it beeps. But they can't get anyone to market it. Safety advocates urge parents to create their own reminders.
Put your own briefcase back there, put your hat, put your jacket, something that you need so that when you get out of your car, you have to get into the back seat to get your own personal belongings.
Safety groups are airing PSAs like this, trying to get the word out in hopes of avoiding another tragedy.
Automakers wouldn't go on camera for this story. There's a touchy debate over whether they should be responsible for developing the technology or whether this is an issue of personal responsibility, or both. In Washington, Tracy Potts, NBC 6.
Caught on camera, World War II era stunt plane crashes while the pilot was practicing for an air show in Virginia. The team leader of the Geico Skytyper say that the 6-plane squadron was rehearsing its last maneuver when the plane went down. No word yet on the fate of the pilot. However, the team leader does say that the plane had no ejection system, and we just did get word now just a moment ago that the pilot did in fact die. Also caught on camera, Dallas police come face to face with a burglary suspect inside a convenience store. Now wait till you see this video. You may have seen it earlier in the day. When police arrived, the suspect tried to barrel past them in the doorway. The officers jumped on the man and then hit him with a flashlight. Police say the suspect got in the store through a hole in the roof. They say he had a pillowcase stuffed with $3,000 worth of cash and cigarettes when they arrested him. Well, the most successful crooks are clever, daring, and observant. Others are, well, none of the above. Security camera video shows this man walking into a bank in Little Rock, Arkansas yesterday in what police say was a robbery attempt. His first mistake, not noticing the police officer in uniform to his left. The officer realized what was happening when the man passed a note and made an arrest after you saw there a little bit of a struggle. And a 9-year-old boy in Michigan is sending out a plea asking the man who took his money to please give it back. Miljan Grundal dropped a bag with $1,050 in it while shopping with his father at a Walmart last Sunday. Now, as you can see on the tape, there you go right here, that a man actually, you could see the bag drop, the man picked it up and continued to his car. Miljan says that he earned some of that money from various summer jobs.
Hopefully they will give that back. Well, do you have what it takes to hang on Jenny's block? All new at 6, J-Lo is searching for a few good dancers right here in South Florida. And still ahead here at 5, candles are supposed to burn, but not burn your house down. We've got the 411 on a new recall. Plus, the unexpected development on the employment line. And going down under on South Beach. We'll explain this one next.
NBC. The marine forecast is brought to you by Miami Seaquarium's Dolphin Harbor. Come swim with our dolphins.
Rushing here, longer workdays. Rushing there, longer commutes.
It would be nice to have local news at 7.
At NBC6, we understand the value of your time. That's why we're making news more convenient for you.
7 p.m. newscast?
NBC6 is launching the only 7 p.m. local newscast in South Florida, designed to fit your busy lifestyle.
That's very nice.
7's really a good time.
Perfect time slot.
The right newscast at the right time. South Florida Nightly News. Weeknights at 7 p.m. starting Monday.
Dunkin' Donuts knows it's not easy being a regular, everyday working guy. To prove it, we tried this experiment with hip-hop star Jermaine Dupri.
You know what? Come on, girl. Bring it back, girl.
Do I get a ticket or something? Nah, we ain't got no ticket.
Made for the regular, everyday folks. The tasty new Bacon Lovers Supreme Omelet. America runs on Dunkin'.
Try our new Bacon Lovers Supreme Omelet with your medium hot coffee today.
$99! Lease a brand new Mitsubishi Galant or Lancer, your choice, from just $99 a month. Bill Settles Mitsubishi in Miami, Northwest 56th Street, 29th Avenue. And Mitsubishi of Davie, 5395 South University Drive.
If you're remodeling any portion of your house, you can't afford to miss this information. It's the information retailers don't want you to see.
Our whole entire house of cabinetry was going to come to a little over $60,000. Direct Buy came back with $38,000, so the savings is almost too good to be true.
One of the estimates that we had gotten was $10,000 to redo this small bathroom. It ended up costing us, with everything, including labor, under $3,000.
Just on our kitchen alone, we saved almost $10,000.
It adds up to about a $30,000 to $40,000 savings overall.
Call the number on your screen now to receive your free insider's guide to buying direct. Plus, you'll also receive a free visitor's pass for an exclusive tour of your local Direct Buy showroom. Call the number on your screen right now to get started buying the Direct Buy way. Stop paying retail and become part of Direct Buy, the private, members-only showroom and design center. Don't wait another minute. Pick up the phone and call now.
This is the history.
I know two people who should be in this contest, my son and Jennifer Gray. Wannabe rockers turned a quiet Finnish town into the center of the air guitar world. The 12th annual World Air Guitar Championships are being held this week in Finland. Contestants from 10 countries have made it to this weekend's finals. Competitors rock out on stage pretending to play an invisible guitar and are then judged by a panel of experts. Experts? Wait, there are experts for air guitar? And you only need a pen and some fast fingers, which obviously Raphael doesn't have when we just saw here, to participate in the latest craze in Thailand. These boys are part of the Thai Spinners. This is a club of young Thai pen spinning enthusiasts. The club boasts thousands of online members. Some claim that around 200 tricks are possible with the specially modified pens.
Spinning enthusiasts. Did not know they existed.
It's
kind of like having the baton when you were a kid. I can't do it.
No, there's no way. And Jennifer, how about a little air guitar for us? People should see.
We'll give you the music if you do the guitar.
That's the only instrument I can play because it's not actually one. You know, you can just make it up. Yeah, we are looking pretty good outside. Didn't see too much activity. Staying very dry across South Florida. Just a few showers in the Keys. We'll zoom in on some of those. Isla Madura seeing a light shower, some steady rainfall. It is pushing to the south. So we're not seeing too much out there, but we are going to stay pretty dry throughout the rest of your overnight. It was a nice day for today. Did see a few morning showers. 91 degrees for your high temperature. You can see those cumulus clouds for today. Normal of 90, so right around where we should be. The record of 90 93. Your first forecast, 7 o'clock tonight, 87 degrees, 85 by 9, 11, 84. A few showers for your overnight and mainly into your early morning hours of tomorrow. Could see a few showers early, but for your overnight, we should stay pretty dry once these showers push off the Keys. 89 right now in Fort Lauderdale, 89 in Miami, so temperatures still very warm out there. 90 in Opelika, 89 Pembroke Pines, 88 in Pompano Beach, 90 in Marathon. We did see a pretty quiet day as far as Dade and Broward counties are concerned. You can see most of the rainfall centered to the north. Also, the Keys got a little bit of the rainfall. We're dealing with some tropical moisture down to the south, but we're staying dry, meaning Dade and Broward County, because of very dry air on the west side of that low. We've been talking about hurricane hunters out there, still didn't find anything. Could have possibly gotten a number today, but didn't. Drier air has moved in on the west side of that low. Unstable air to our south, so it is filtering in drier air. We'll see one more day of a quiet weather, lack of rainfall, before we start to bring in more rain. Now, stormy for the Carolinas as this low continues to push to the west, but it's actually going to make us drier here in South Florida because of the dry air west of the low. Now, once we enter into your Sunday, that's when things will start to change. Caribbean moisture will return from south to north. That'll bring us a higher chance of storms for your Sunday into Monday. But for your Saturday, things look very, very quiet. Want to head to the beach, golf? Saturday is the day to do it. The only thing you'll have to remember, rip currents will be an extreme risk for your Saturday. Strong east wind, risk currents will be a problem. So do remember that. Very, very dangerous. Better day to stay inside on your Sunday. And then those rip currents, of course, for your Saturday. 79 degrees for tonight. Overnight showers likely. Winds out of the northeast at 5 to 10. And your Weather Plus 6-day forecast showing about a 50% coverage of rainfall for your Sunday. 40% for Monday. High staying in the 90s. Julia?
And we have some breaking news coming out of Washington at this hour involving First Lady Laura Bush. We are getting word that she will undergo surgery tomorrow to relieve pressure on a pinched nerve in her neck. This information coming from her press secretary. You may have noticed she wasn't with her husband in Australia during his meeting, and that is why we're being told that that procedure is elective, outpatient surgery, a minimally invasive procedure, so slightly basic for the First Lady, and she is expected to be just fine. We'll keep you posted. Well, a Southwest Airlines passenger says she was asked to get off a flight and change her clothes because employees thought her outfit was just a little too revealing. Kyler Ebert wore the exact same outfit on the Today Show this morning. Now, the 23-year-old said she was on a day trip from San Diego to Tucson for a doctor's appointment and had no luggage. Ebert said she was allowed to stay on the flight after she agreed to pull up her tank top and pull down her skirt. Southwest Airlines says its crew was responding to a concern from another passenger. A South Beach window display is stopping traffic on Collins Avenue. Live models at Armani Exchange were caught with their pants down today, literally, and that's because they're celebrating the launch of AX underwear. In case you missed the buff bods in the window, you'll have another chance tomorrow. Those models are going to be there from 3 until 6 in the afternoon.
Here's what's coming up all new on the NBC 6 News at 6. A criminal investigation is now underway into a deadly parasailing accident. We are live with details about the boat captain's lack of credentials. Plus this.
The University of Miami rolls out a red, white, and blue welcome mat for Democrats coming to debate here this weekend in Espanol. I'm Nick Bogert at the University of Miami. That's the subject of tonight's Bogert Brief, coming up on NBC 6.
Jeff Katz. 33 years ago, I founded Dolphin Carpet and Tile. Our founding philosophy is still the same. We sell all types of flooring for less than anyone. We stand behind our products, and we appreciate your business. Come and see us at Dolphin Carpet and Tile.
NBC Tuesday. Anything is possible. 23 million calories burned. 6,500 pounds lost. Countless lives changed.
I'm healthy now.
I can't thank him enough for giving me my life back.
And this season, there's a huge twist. Jillian is back.
This is your last chance.
The 2-hour season premiere of The Biggest Loser, Tuesday, 8/7 Central on NBC.
There's an easier way to get where you're going in life, even if your expectations are a bit above average. Regents, it's time to expect more. There's an easier way to get where you're going in life, even if you're starting your second one. regions. It's time to expect more.
It's here. The time of year when man's greatest achievements, fire and meat, converge in stunning harmony. The time when girls become women and boys become men who wear aprons. So ladies and gentlemen, start your engine. And as you grill for the gold, remember, the road to flame-grilled perfection begins with the finest cuts of meat. And that's exactly what you'll find at Winn-Dixie. Isn't that what you'd expect from the beef people?
There's only one bill. Get the Comcast Triple Play and get digital cable with on-demand, Comcast digital voice with unlimited calling, and high-speed internet together for just $33 each per month when you subscribe to all three. You'll get 3 great products for 1 great price, all on one bill. Just call today. The Comcast Triple Play. It's Comcastic.
I'm Jeff Katz. For 33 years, Dolphin Carpet and Tile has been installing floor covering quicker and better than anyone. If you need new flooring, come to Dolphin Carpet and Tile. Our pros will install it for you. I'm way too old for that.
Just moving an entire talk show by myself.
The 4-time Emmy-winning Best Talk Show in Daytime has a new time.
Want to make it convenient for everybody.
This fall, Ellen is moving to an all-new time. Weekdays at 5, starting September 10th.
Brian at 6:30, Jackie at 7. There you go. If you've driven on the Palmetto, I-95, or Cypress Creek Road today, you may have noticed these NBC6 billboards announcing big changes coming this Monday.
That's right. Some of your favorite shows may be airing in a new time slot, while we also get ready to debut the first ever 7 p.m. news in South Florida Nightly News.
Here's Jackie Nesbrawl with a preview.
When I was first approached about doing a 7 p.m. newscast, I immediately thought, what a great idea. Do you know how many people come up to me and say, I can't watch the news. I'm stuck in traffic, I'm working late, I'm preparing dinner for my family. This is the answer. You get all the news of the day and more, but at a time that you can watch at 7 p.m. How do you feel about us kind of borrowing your name? South Florida Nightly News.
First of all, I was flattered to be asked. Someone called and said, do you mind? I said, do I mind? I think it's exactly what it is. We should call it what it is. And it's all of a piece of the umbrella brand name of Nightly News, one of the great brand names in news for decades. What we're doing is changing with the American lifestyle, changing with the South Florida lifestyle.
We know how valuable your time is, so we are not going to waste it. It's going to be a fast-paced newscast. We're going to give you all the news that you need, local, national, and international news, but also we're going to give you some consumer news, entertainment news, and sports news, but in a way that you've never seen before with Joe Rose. South Florida Nightly News at 7 p.m. is just one of the changes that are happening here at NBC6. We're adding a 4th hour of Today, so that means South Florida Today moves from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. In the afternoon, Martha now moves to After Days of Our Lives. That's the 2 p.m. And then after the People's Court at 3, the premiere of a brand new game show called Merv Griffin's Crosswords. That's at 4. At 4:30, Extra will give South Florida the first celebrity gossip of the day. And then Ellen, of course, with all her fun and celebrities, moves to 5 p.m. At 6 o'clock, NBC's hour and a half of news begins with the NBC6 News at 6, followed by the NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams at 6:30, and then South Florida Nightly News at 7 p.m. A lot of changes are happening here at NBC6. I hope you'll join us.
So to recap, here's a look at the NBC6 lineup starting Monday, September the 10th. Now, it all starts at 10 a.m. when the Today Show broadcasts its 4th hour. Then South Florida Today moved to its new time at 11. At noon, iVillage. At 1, Days of Our Lives. Then Martha takes over the Passion spot at 2 o'clock, followed by the People's Court at 3. All new in the 4 o'clock hour, Crosswords and Extra. Ellen then moves to 5 o'clock, and then it's the NBC6 News at 6 with Julia and I, and then Nightly News with Brian Williams at 6:30, and then the new South Florida Nightly News with Jackie. That's coming up at 7.
And that is going to wrap it up for us for the final time here at the 5 o'clock hour
That's
of NBC6. Right now, it's time for the NBC6 News at 6.
This is the NBC6 News at 6.